Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day you're watching today. Sasha here. Today is Saturday, June 15th. This is the midpoint of month of iced tea celebration. So folks, I said I had something special this time around, and I do. It's just that I want to try to speed things up because it's already almost 6 o'clock and I just got back from doing, some stuff that needed to be done with, some family. So I'm back. Business is as usual, and we're going to get right on into it. So from the thumbnail, you saw Gold Peak sweet tea, right? But not just any old sweet tea. I have slightly sweet, traditional sweet, and the bad boy himself, extra sweet. So we're really gonna see how extra sweet is extra sweet, and then how toned down slightly sweet is. I believe slightly sweet is the newcomer of the bunch. It was regular sweet tea, then extra sweet came in, and now slightly sweet is the latest thing to have happened to the Gold Peak line. My feelings on slightly sweet, well, I can't really say too much because I haven't tried this yet, but I think it's good that companies are now starting to tone down the sweetness. I mean, of course, there's the other end of the spectrum where they crank up the sweetness for those of us who really enjoy a good sweet tea to the point where it's dyed sugar water. But I'm interested to see how elevated the sweetness can get for the most part. So, one thing I didn't mention or didn't do at all when I would compare different flavors or different companies or whatever the case may be is I never had a glass of water to reset my taste buds, so to speak. So here, folks, you see it in action, the famed glass of water that will help reset my taste buds. Because y'all know me, I would just talk and I would hope that the saliva would kind of reset my taste buds, but we have water. So this will turn out much, much better. Yeah, and the weather's really crap right now, so forgive me if you hear a bunch of thunder and hopefully not lightning. I really, really do not like the sound of sharp lightning. So if you see me jump or whatever, you know why. But I'm going to try not to. So I'm opening up first the slightly sweet tea, and I only read the ingredients once because I feel as though they're the same. It's just the varying level of sugar that's in these drinks. One bottle of slightly sweet is 90 calories, of which total fat is 0, sodium is 40 milligrams, total carbs is 24 grams, of which 24 grams of total sugars are added sugars, 0 grams of protein. Ingredients include tea, sugar, natural flavor, caramel color, phosphoric acid, and that's about it. So this bottle, as well as the other bottles, reign at 18.5 fluid ounces. No, wait. Yeah, 18.5 fluid ounces. I thought that was a 6 for a minute. Or 1.16 pints or 547 milliliters. That's for all the bottles. Crosswise, it's 18.5 fluid ounces, 547 milliliters. You just give it a little shake just to make sure nothing's settled. And believe it or not, folks, I actually got this. I don't know how easy or hard it was because I wasn't really looking for this at any point. But I got this at a gas station on the way back home from Atlanta. It's just random, y'all. I know you can find the extra sweet and the regular sweet everywhere where I am, but not slightly sweet. So I thought that was interesting. I just bought all 3 of them at the same time. Okay. It is looking really bad out there. I'm so glad we made it home before this storm hit. Alrighty, folks. So I'm going to just take a swig of each of the bottles. But here we go. Slightly sweet tea from Georgia Peak. Their regular sweet tea. Bottoms up. Very, very big emphasis on slightly. Boy, howdy. I should have got some unsweetened tea so I had a control. But, y'all, you could barely taste any sugar. Barely any sugar with this blend. But, I mean, there is still a tinge of sugar. There's a tinge of sweetness. But I should have gotten the unsweetened tea. But, I mean, with this, it's kind of easy to predict in a way, like how the unsweetened tea tastes compared to this. It is just, as they say, slightly sweet. And this is pretty good for like those of us who are trying not to drink up our calories, but still kind of want that with a sweet tea. Like, I can respect a slightly sweet tea for the purpose, but y'all barely got any. Like, it's like you dumped one little single serve packet of sugar in that big thing of tea. Or, you know, you dumped in like the liquid sugar or stevia for 1 packet's worth of sugar, and that's it. Like, you just got that little fizz of sweetness. Okay. Good old regular tea. Well, let me read it first. Okay, so this is the original sweet tea. This was one of their first, or I say there, but I mean Golden Peak's first flavors, their sweet tea. And it is 190 calories per bottle. So we're already talking double the sugar concentration of this, or of the slightly sweet tea, because slightly sweet doubled is 180 and this is 190 calories. So definitely will taste the difference there. 0 fat, 0 sodium. That's interesting. The slightly sweet has 40 milligrams of sodium, while sweet tea, the original sweet, doesn't have any sodium. How is that possible? Well, let's keep on going. Irregardless, we must press on. So total carbs is 48 grams, of which is the 48 grams are sugar that has been added, and then protein 0. Same ingredients like I thought. So let's give this a shake. Make sure nothing settled at the bottom. And I wonder caffeine content. Does this have any caffeine content? Oh, yes, yes. So I didn't read. That was my fault, y'all. I didn't read past. Okay, so caffeine content for the slightly sweet is 17 milligrams for the whole bottle, while for this bottle, original sweet, caffeine content is 48 milligrams for the whole bottle. So it's interesting how, what I want to say, it's interesting how, like, you messing with the different levels of sugar you get different caffeine concentrations, and because it's the same ingredients, the tea, the sugar, caramel color, unfortunately. No, wait, this doesn't have caramel color. Tea, sugar, phosphoric acid. That's it. Did they? Huh. Interesting, y'all. They don't. The slightly sweet uses caramel color, but the original sweet does not. And it has more caffeine in it. So, it's an oddity. Alright. Here we go. Jesus, that rain is pelting my window. But here we go, y'all. Gold Peaks Sweet Tea, the originator. Down the hatch. Here we go. Bottoms up. Sugar, 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 sugar. Just from going from 90 calories to 190 calories, it feels like sugar has invaded my mouth. I feel as though my teeth are going to fall right out. And I don't know, y'all. It's just interesting that with double the sugar, it feels like it's like the sweetness that I'm used to. That's like the standard sweetness. Like how many of the supermarket teas are made. It's like how, you know, a lot of manufacturers like to sweeten their tea. You get sweetness initially when the liquid touches your lip, as it's coursing through your taste buds, as you swallow the tea. It's just wow sweetness. While the reduced, or well, yeah, it's still reduced sugar tea, slightly sweet tea, it had more of a saltier kick because of that sodium that was in there. And I'm wondering, you know, you don't get that weird sodium taste with the sweeter teas. So I'm wondering what's up with that, and what exactly does the slightly sweet tea variation put into that particular brew? Oh yeah, I swear this rain is gonna make me want to fall asleep really good. But I'm keeping it together. Okay. The big mama jamma himself, the extra sweet tea. This has 270 calories. That is triple the amount of calories of the slightly sweet tea. So, just get a little head start. Okay. Alrighty. So 0 fat, 0 sodium, 68 carbs, of which 68 grams are total sugars that have been added, 0 protein, same ingredients, and the caffeine content here, ladies and gentlemen, is 44. I believe that's 4 less than the original sweet. Let me look really quick. Yeah, 4 less than the original. So I'm wondering what's up with that. This has slightly less caffeine than the original sweet. And yeah, same ingredients. But yeah, this sucker has 270. A little shakesy. Make sure nothing is settled at the bottom. Yikes. Okay. Whoop, Boy, this is the sweetest of sweet teas. All right. So here we go. The extra bad, extra Mama Jamma, extra sweet Gold Peak tea. Bottoms up, y'all. Trying to think. Okay, I said that the original felt like, sugar all around. And it was, how do I say? It was like, the standard. Okay. This is like the original, of course, but on steroids. It tastes like I ate a bunch of sugar packets and chased it down with some liquid. There's almost like a denser mouthfeel compared to the slightly sweet and the original sweet tea, in which, holy cow, it's like, am I drinking syrup? Almost. Am I drinking syrup, or, is this tea? You could definitely tell, like, it's not even a doubling, because the original has 48 grams, while the extra sweet has 68, so it's not doubled by any means necessary. But wowee. If you really want that extra sweetness, you would get it. You got it and then some. It's freaky that it kind of affects, like, the density of the liquid. Like, the other two, they just, kind of crisp and refreshing. Up until the point where, the sugar kicks in. Well, the slightly sweet is crisp and, refreshing. The other two, they got a bit of richness to them because they have that sugar in it. So, I mean, I can't rank them because, well, I mean, they're pretty much the same thing. Although, if I had to, enjoy one on the regular, I just go down the middle with the original sweet tea. Yeah, it's plain Jane, and it's kind of like, basic, but hey, there's a reason why going down the middle, sometimes it just works. If I really wanted to watch my calorie intake, I would just take an unsweetened tea and grab like stevia drops or liquid stevia, and then I would just sweeten it from there. I'd just be a little cautious on how I was sweetening it. But I mean, to slightly sweeten something with sugar, I can respect that. It's for people who like don't really make their own tea, their own iced tea or their own tea or whatever, and they want something that's calorie conscious. It's like 100 calories or less drink, because hey, I drunk quite a significant amount of calories, and it's scary how those calories can add up, especially with like alcoholic drinks, but that's another story. And I mean, that's a nice way to have something quick and ready for the masses who love their sweet tea but don't want to necessarily give it up. It's just that the slightly sweet has that kind of salty aftertaste, which is a little weird, but this is like the nice medium between the two. It is sweet, but it's not too sweet, because the extra sweet, it tastes like almost syrupy, just with the mouthfeel. Not so much like an actual syrup, but yeah, it's just the density kind of throws me off with that, added sugar. So how'd you like that, folks? Something different. I know I've been harping on sweet teas for like forever, but I wanted to do this one and kind of, do something a little different, like spin it around. Hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it. I mean, it's different. I like to do these kind of tasting ones as well as just straight up reviewing a drink. But I do like Gold Peak. I think they're a pretty good, mass manufactured tea company behind, or rather in the shadow of its parent company, Coca-Cola. So I really love their green tea, though. I will say that. And yeah, it's not the only time I've seen slightly sweet tea. Pure Leaf has their own slightly sweet tea, or lightly sweetened tea, or however you want to call it, y'all. But yeah, I mean, still love Golden Peak. I really wish they didn't use caramel color for that slightly sweet tea. I don't know why they did it. The other two bottles, which are the newer labels, I don't know if they still have caramel color in it. They all have the same hue of like that deep amber akin to maple syrup. So it's like they might all have it. It's just that the sweet and the original sweet and the extra sweet may have just omitted it because it's not a lot or something to that effect. I don't know. That's another story that's like dipping my toe into a lake that I have no idea of. So we'll just keep it as is, what I said at face value. And thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. That's day 15 down. So any questions, comments, suggestions, or small talk, don't be a stranger. Leave it in my comment section below. Any and all are welcome. Greatly appreciated. Love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Gold Peak tea. Have you tried their varying levels of sweetness? Have you even tried their slightly sweet tea? In hindsight, I really should have bought unsweetened tea so that I can gauge. But it's so slightly sweetened to the point where you pretty much get the taste of tea and the tiniest smidge of sweetness. It is not that sweet. And it's like, for 90 calories, you would think that it would taste a little bit sweeter, but no. It's like, compared to the original sweet tea, it's almost like unsweetened tea. I say almost, but not quite. So folks, I'm gonna wait out this icky rain, and I don't know, I had to prepare dinner anyway. So hopefully this video goes up by 9 o'clock Eastern. Maybe it's probably gonna go up like 10 or 11 because I came in so late. But folks, have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. Make it a great day today and every day. And I will see you in the next video. So until then, folks, take care. Bye now.